So for those that give a shit, it's me, again, TJH, the emo sea monster. Currently up here in Shoots to Niagara on the Niagara Skywheel. I wanted to come on here today, which back down in the United States is the 4th of July, and talk about just how much I'm ashamed to be an American and why I chose for the first time this year to not celebrate the 4th of July. See, every other year I usually end up going to the Valley Cats for their 4th of July celebration. This time around, I'm out here in Niagara Falls. I'm going to be participating in the Niagara Falls draft experience held by the PLPA. Now, my resentment for the United States is not anything new. I've had this resentment since I was very young. Matter of fact, I really didn't ever want to celebrate the 4th of July in the first place because what am I really free of? Because it's been bombarded into my mind ever since I had cognitive awareness that, oh, you're free, you live in the greatest country on earth, yet when you become a certain age you have to go somewhere that's compulsory, which I mean the school system. You have to do a bunch of things that aren't of your interest. Your interest isn't taken into consideration. Matter of fact, you have no autonomy whatsoever until you turn a certain age, which are like freedom. What freedom? Then, speaking about autonomy, there's so many people that are having their rights taken away because there's so many ignoramuses that vote for authoritarianism, and it's really concerning to me. I really think it has to do with the fact that in the school system, be it public or private, you are indoctrinated out of the collective mindset, the human nature of being collective, relying on one another, and are taught to be self-reliant, and that asking for help and asking to rely on someone else for anything whatsoever is bad. And so these people are more susceptible to the further propaganda that's perpetuated by the news system, be it Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, whatever flavor you want to throw upon. They claim that they're enemies on camera, but they're buddy-buddy behind the screen. And I mean it. Just from that statement alone, I've been disillusioned with the United States for a very long time. I wrote a song called The World Through My Eyes. It's on the Ballad of a Tortured Soul album for Straight Edge Punks. You've all heard it. I've played it numerous times. You probably all know what I'm saying by now. If the lyrics are comprehensible to you, because I understand what I'm saying isn't easily picked up. And I'm working on a new song because in the opening verse of that song, I said that instead of arguing with each other, we need to work with one another to create peace. But I'm afraid that it is far too long of the opposition being indoctrinated into hate and to being hostile towards the people of other nations migrating to the United States, to hostile towards the LGBTQIA community, and to hostile towards people who have a different skin pigmentation, to where the concept of reconciliation to make everyone happy is too far gone. If you're comprehending what I'm laying down here. And that's why the straight edge punks have taken a more aggressive approach in our return to music, is that we understand that shit's hitting the fan, and it also frustrates me that I come to the defense of someone that I trust, I've known for a while, Ronnie Winter of the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and I get shat on so hardcore by a lot of people who never listen to the content of the music, clearly. And if it's another troubling fact that in Albany there's so many people who claim to be punk rock, claim to be metal, but have never listened to the themes or the lyrics of the songs that they claim to listen to, probably because they're all more nonetheless is going and getting shit-faced. But you cannot be conservative in punk rock. You cannot claim to be alternative whatsoever, no matter what the stylization is, punk rock, metal, hardcore, emo, goth. You cannot be the counterculture if you are conservative. You cannot be non-compliant if you are complacent. And unfortunately, these people don't understand that. And I'm additionally ashamed to be an American because we are so incompetent on the national stage when it comes to a lot of issues that they call anything that doesn't kiss the ass of corporate America socialism, and communism, it's a boogeyman word. You know, people like Zora Mamdani talking about community grocery stores and free public transit. That isn't no new thing. Every other country has that, and we are considered a laughing stock of the international community because we have so many people who are indoctrinated to be corporate ass kissers. It's really concerning to me that a lot of people voted for that mutated Cheeto Donald Trump. He's letting people get rounded up by a militia, ICE, and he's sending them to death squads, or sending them to death camps. And those death camps are now getting incinerators. It does not sound good to me. But that's just my take, and simply, you can complain to me all you want about it, but I don't really give a fuck what you have to say. Simply put, I am actually alternative. I do listen to those songs. I heard the messages. And that's why I'm ashamed to be an American. It's really frustrating to me. It truly is. But I genuinely feel that he rigged it. I don't think that he won cleanly. That election didn't look like all the ones that I've seen throughout my life. And I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I've always voted third party because I'm not interested in what either of them have to offer to me. They don't really fall in line with what I'd like. But that's my 2 cents. And if you don't like it, suck my dick.